Get ready for massive financial moves. The North Carolina Local Government Commission just approved a whopping $2.2 billion in local government borrowing. This huge approval includes Charlotte getting the green light to sell $215 million of bonds for Charlotte Douglas International Airport to fund that much-needed fourth runway. We dive deep into the details of this major borrowing spree and what it means for the future of Charlotte.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to hold it with one hand? The PopSocket's Pop Grip gives you a secure grip, works as a phone stand, and even lets you swap the top for a fresh new look. Simple, useful, and perfect for everyday phone use. Click the link in the comments to grab yours on Amazon.
Next up, we look at high-stakes legal matters. Former FBI Director James Comey has made a big statement, asking to cancel his upcoming court appearance in North Carolina in connection with the Trump threat case. We break down the background of the indictment and what the Department of Justice is saying about this request. Now, let's shift gears to pure entertainment. North Carolina's iconic Wizard of Oz theme park, the Land of Oz, is set to reopen this summer for the 2026 season and again in the fall. We tell you everything you need to know about the special Tea with Dorothy and Aunt Em event and the massive Autumn at Oz festival coming in September. And finally, we salute our service members. The 2026 Region III Best Warrior competition is heating up as soldiers from 10 different states and territories compete in grueling tests of skill and endurance. Find out who took home the top honors in this incredible display of the National Guard's warrior ethos. Stay with us for the full report. The North Carolina Local Government Commission has approved approximately $2.2 billion in local government borrowing, signaling significant financial activity across several municipalities. A major component of the approval centered on Charlotte, which secured authorization to sell $215 million in bonds related to the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, earmarked for the construction of a fourth runway. The transaction is anticipated to be priced on May 21, with Bank of America Securities leading the underwriting effort, alongside co-managers J.P. Morgan Securities and Siebert Williams Shank & Co. The bonds are projected to receive an A3 rating from Moody's Ratings and an A- rating from Fitch Ratings, with DEC Associates serving as the municipal advisor. Furthermore, the Commission approved $175 million in bond anticipation notes for the airport to fund various projects, including a landside master plan, early baggage storage, a south ramp program, federal inspection service facility renovations, terminal basement rehabilitation, and the fourth runway. Bank of America is slated to be the lender for these notes, which carry a 36-month term. In a separate move, the Commission approved $530 million in three-year bond anticipation notes from Bank of America to Charlotte to finance expansion and improvements to the city's water and sewer system. To address existing obligations, $500 million in bonds were approved for Charlotte to pay off Series 2024 water and sewer system bond anticipation notes, expected to be rated AAA by Moody's and AAA by S&P Global Ratings. State Auditor Dave Bolik expressed concern, noting that the combined debt approval and recent borrowings place Charlotte near its credit card limit, though a city official defended the borrowing as necessary to support urban growth. Other approvals included $350 million in electric service revenue refunding bonds for the North Carolina Municipal Power Agency No. 1, which are rated by S&P and Fitch, with a 6-year maturity. In Raleigh, the Commission approved $157.5 million in bond anticipation notes to facilitate the relocation of the Red Hat Amphitheater and expansion of the Raleigh Convention Center, with PNC Bank providing the loan notes maturing in 3 years. Johnston County received approval for $134 million in limited obligation bonds to fund a high school construction project, where the county will only be responsible for interest for the first year of the 20-year bonds, rated AA1 by Moody's and AA+ by SB. Finally, Henderson County was approved for $102 million in limited obligation bonds to support a courthouse annex and other improvements, maturing in 20 years, with PNC Capital Markets leading the underwriting and BofA Securities as a co-manager. Former FBI Director James Comey has requested the cancellation of an upcoming court appearance in North Carolina, asserting that the appearance is unnecessary. Comey stated that he has already surrendered in Virginia and appeared before a judge regarding allegations of threatening President Donald Trump. The Department of Justice is reportedly supporting Comey's request. Comey was previously charged in a 2-count indictment last week with knowingly and willfully communicating a threat against Trump by posting an Instagram photo of seashells arranged in the numerical sequence 8647. This development follows Comey's recent comments to reporters on Capitol Hill in Washington on December 17, 2018, concerning the legal proceedings. North Carolina's beloved Wizard of Oz theme park, the Land of Oz, is set to reopen this summer for the 2026 season and again in the fall. The park had to close last year due to the impact of Hurricane Helene on the state. The reopening schedule includes 2 major events. The first is Tea with Dorothy and Aunt Em, featuring a new musical comedy with live performances from Dorothy and other familiar cast members. This event will also offer transportation up to the mountain and a guided stroll along the yellow brick road, with only 1,700 tickets available. Dates for this event span from June 6 through July 12. Following this, the Land of Oz will host the Autumn at Oz Festival, returning in September. This year marks the 55th anniversary of the Autumn at Oz Festival, recognized as one of the world's largest Wonderful Oz events. Attendees of the Autumn event will experience an adventure starting at the Gale, Kansas farm, traveling down the yellow brick road to the Emerald City, meeting favorite characters, and enjoying live performances alongside arts and crafts, memorabilia, and food vendors. Fans are encouraged to visit the Channel 12 News YouTube and Facebook pages for further details on upcoming festivals, and to download the Channel YouTube app for the latest news and weather updates. U.S. Army soldiers from 10 different states and territories recently concluded the highly competitive 2026 Region III Best Warrior competition, a rigorous test of skill, endurance, and knowledge essential for modern combat operations. Held at Camp Butner Training Center in Stem, North Carolina, from April 26 to May 1, 2026, the event brought together 19 enlisted soldiers and non-commissioned officers from Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, Puerto Rico, South Carolina, Tennessee, and the Virgin Islands. The competition featured a demanding array of evaluations, including the Army fitness test, various warrior tasks and battle drills, written exams, the physically demanding Norwegian foot march, and formal board appearances. The event served to identify the top enlisted and non-commissioned officers across the nation, marking the competitors as representatives of their state's National Guard during America's 250th anniversary. The North Carolina National Guard hosted the event, emphasizing the importance of the National Guard's role in military history. U.S. Army Command SGT. MAJ. Richard Huff, Camp Butner Training Center Garrison CSM, highlighted that the competitors demonstrated the warrior ethos throughout the grueling events. Competitors began their days before dawn, facing intense schedules that included a combat fitness test, weapons qualification, and the 18.6-mile timed ruck march of the Norwegian Foot March. Staff SGT. She Moody of Kentucky National Guard noted the difficulty of the obstacle course, while U.S. Army SPC. Sean Hayner emphasized the need for specific, real-world training. The significance of the competition underscores the commitment required. Soldiers preparing for the event trained months in advance, focusing on technical proficiencies, mental toughness, and adherence to Army values. Army personnel stressed that the competition highlights the National Guard's readiness as an operational force. Results identified top performers in both the enlisted and NCO categories. Among the enlisted winners was SPC. Brandon Brown from Florida, while SGT. Robert Handrahan from Alabama secured the NCO category victory. The event reinforces the National Guard's tradition of developing warriors, ensuring the continuation of military legacy as the Army and America celebrate their 250th anniversary.